No!
Phone line dead? Okay, the phone line's still dead.
Okay.
Okay, what else could it be? We got a key, but we can't use the key because it's still raining.
Can we move the elephant tusk thing?
I don't think we can yet. We can try.
Fuck.
Oh, I clicked the wrong area.
What is this? Liquid ass?
No.
A juicy ass. Okay.
Liquid ass? Nah, it's juicy ass. That's an IPA. The door's open the wrong way. I still don't think it's gonna work. Wouldn't move. Well, put that underneath. That was pointless. Of course it was. So we have oil, but it doesn't need to be oiled.
Can we? Let's see. Can you try oiling? What?
It literally wouldn't do that before. Okay, well now that we did that, we should be able to move it. Yeah! Do you want to fucking... Wow, that... Just right in the middle... You couldn't move it over there. Nah, just right in the middle of the fucking room. Okay, now we got the hammer to remove the boards. Now that probably took about 3 hours in game.
Yeah. The fuck?
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
Epilepsy warning.
Oh.
Corner was too dark to investigate. What do you mean too dark to investigate? Okay, well I guess we just can only look at the fucking
An odd-looking African mask was positioned in the middle of the storeroom. Its presence made me feel irritably uneasy. Or terribly uneasy. Yeah.
Isn't this the mask where they walked into the center and then got our asses destroyed?
And there was a missing mask in the mental.
Okay, can we like fucking use that to look? There's enough light. It's
Corner
too
was
dark
too
to
dark
investigate.
Okay.
And then when you use this, there's enough light at the moment.
Is there anything to the right? Oh. Now that there's enough light. My recent researches in the Dalmar have shed some light upon their terrible activities. I understand now that the lack of existing information about them was not only a cause of their small size and rarity, but also the reluctance, or rather superstitious attitude towards their nature. Even some of the most important historians of South Africa will refuse to mention their name, usually referring to them as the War Tribe. After digging into some of the most obscure books I could find about the subject, I must admit that reading them made very nervous and uneasy, bringing back the memory of those horrible acts I witnessed on that day. I can't understand why any human being, uncivilized or not, would behave in such a manner. War among savage tribes is of course very common and a recurring theme in history, but Dalmar, they went even beyond war. Usually a tribe will engage in battle, conquer the new territory, or perhaps...
Sorry, I was putting down my phone.
defeat an enemy. They did it for sole reasons of destruction and extreme love of violence. The account of their actions is downright scary. They'd invade villages, slaughter every inhabitant without regard for their sex or age. Men, women, children would inevitably perish by their fury and hate, which is, I think, the most unsettling.
I wasn't finished. Get killed. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which is, I think, the most unsettling element of the... You were fucking unsettling.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the most unsettling element of their stories. They didn't use any weapons. They killed villagers with their bare hands and teeth.
The same as the first ones.
As if they were... I think he's still talking about the same ones. They were drawn power from the unhealthy source. I find it hard to believe this, and if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes, I'd say they were some kind of wild legend. Once, they'd slaughtered every living thing in the village. They'd burn it to the ground, every single construction or possession of the fallen villagers. Proof that they definitely were not interested in conquering or even taking some advantage of the terrain. Their motives were moved solely and purely by incredible
disposal of life.
Yeah, disposal of life and hatred towards anything.
Despisal, everyone.
Yeah, despisal. That wasn't from their village. That is another curious thing. They somehow managed to sustain a constant population level as if they controlled exactly the amount of people needed for an attack, but at the same time warrant survival using their few existing resources. I fear this wasn't some kind of wondrous organizational system, but rather than elimination process of a useless member or an unnecessary child. I dare not to think about it, but I'm afraid that this would explain why they didn't need to hunt for food. They feasted upon themselves.
Yeah.
Now I know what the mask I took stands for, and I shiver at the thought of it. I must confess I'm worried. I don't know why, but I fear for my life.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, fuck.
You want to do this one?
Dear Christopher, please excuse this tone of this letter. I know I must sound like a raving madman, but I truly cannot find a proper way to put together all the thoughts that have been taking my sleep away these past days. There is a reason behind all these recent adversities. It's the mask, Christopher. It's the mask I told you about. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't studied its origins from my own, but it's really the source of all my suffering. The tribe it belonged to, I must confess I didn't take the mask by appropriate means, and I fear that this might have unleashed some terrible wrath against my life and everything that surrounds me. It's been over a year ago since I witnessed the most outrageous acts of violence. That's not even the worst part nightmares could have imagined. And the mask was the epicenter of it all. What was I thinking of when I took it beyond... beyond me. Was beyond me, okay. I was probably a vicious streak of greed, but I can clearly see now it represents evil, and I'm convinced this evil is somehow takes shape and punishes those who have disgraced it. I did, and now I must face the consequences. I will take some more time to investigate this. I thought I might even go back to South Africa to seek help, although something tells me not returning the mask would do any good. But something tells me not even returning the mask would do me any good. The damage is already done, and I believe it's getting worse as the days go by. Every time I walk past the gallery, I can hear some incessant chatter. Odd chatter.
Starfish.
Starfish. As if something was being plotted inside. And those voices, Christopher, they seem to be angry. Please help me. Come and see me as soon as you can.
James. So that's James Blackwood writing.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Odd looking African mask position. Creepily in front of the thing. Okay.
Okay, alright.
So now we got new dates, though.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully some other shit doesn't come up and eat our asses while we're here. So let's check upstairs, and then we'll check the power lines. Because if he would have something to do with the suspicion of the murder, you would think it would be in the news that James Blackwood left town.
New notes in the journal?
Oh, yeah, good point. Oh! All right, where were we? Managed to trace sounds. Unfortunately, I woke today. I uncovered a very tempting safe. Yep. Okay, there you go. You got all this to read, bud.
Yeah. This new turn in my life is getting more and more complicated by the minute. I will survive, but deep inside, I'm becoming truly concerned. I have opened a safe. I certainly wasn't expecting the treasure, but its contents were far from spectacular. Just a contract for the construction of the house and key. It looks like there's a hidden room in the second level of the house. Unless the blueprints are wrong, I can't imagine any reason for it, but it is really there. There's a hidden room. The hidden room doesn't exist, but I won't be able to... What? The hidden room does exist, but I won't be able to... Shut up. But I won't be able to get inside through the door. It's been completely bricked off. I have to find another way. I may be insane, but at least I managed to get inside the room. I don't think I understand yet that I have just risked my life. One wrong step would have been fatal. As it turns out, the hidden room belonged to the son of the Blackwood family. I still can't tell why it was bricked off, but I should try and see if he's still around. He may be the only one that can tell me what's happened inside the house. I guess that deep inside myself I thought, I knew that the reason why, but I had to make sure. The Blackwood son died a long time ago, which is probably the reason why the room was bricked up and left abandoned. The thing that's not clear is whether the child was born dead, or dead shortly after delivery. The hidden door in the gallery led to a small storeroom. There was a strange mask inside, and more mementos belonging to James Blackwood. The developments of the story is really getting into me now. I can almost feel his suffering, and the mask seems to be the key to the memory. To the mystery.
Okay, so let's see if there's anything in the papers. No. Okay, nothing in the papers. Okay, so... see if the phone works now.
The phone, while we're there, can we see if the typewriter, see if it wants to fucking do any typing?
See if he actually wants to do what he was meant to do here. All right, let's try the typewriter, see if he actually wants to work. You know the answer to this already, though. It's gonna be, oh man, I can't work with all this interesting shit going on. Oh,
he's actually gonna fucking work.
oh my god. Okay, it's been only a day and a bit, and he actually wants to fucking start typing.
Well, maybe,
holy
you know,
shit, I think I need to have a drink here.
Maybe
Hang on.
I was just looking for inspiration. You know, just gotta figure out the crazy murders,
Crazy
and
masks, dead babies, and murders. Sounds like a good story to me.
Michael goes into his room, takes off his pants. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this thing.
Pops off his pants. Let's bang one out right now. All right, let's see what he read.
50 Shades of Dead Babies.
Gross. Jesus Christ.
Suddenly,
she stopped Sean Connery style.
You're Schadenfreude. Suddenly, she stopped and stood there, paralyzed, hesitating to give any credit to what her eyes were seeing, and completely unaware to the potentially dangerous situation. Surprisingly, there wasn't anything unusual or strange about the events. Can you stop blowing the platypus? Little Kathy was hastily crossing the living room towards her huge oak door, her fancy black dress fluttering in every step, her dildo falling out on the ground.
Oh, Jesus!
As the girl reached the doorknob, reached for the dildo. As the girl reached for the doorknob, she turned to look back at the Marion and urged her with a whisper to hurry up. But Marion wasn't seeing Kathy. Her memories haunted her back and displaced. Why does this
Displaced reality.
Yeah, this reminds me of one of the King novels.
Stephen King's novels?
Yeah, one of his. It's about the guy trying to. I think he was also a writer, but he was trying to resort. No, not The Shining. No, this was. He's trying to take resort on like a resort house, and there's also like a mystery in the house, with like some paranormal shit happening.
Oh, is that the one with the? No, that wasn't the.
With the little
glass
porcelain
window.
doll.
Yeah.
with a little porcelain doll. I can't quite remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Miriam wasn't seeing Kathy. Her memories haunted her back and displaced reality, giving room to the nightmarish visions she had spent months trying to forget. Ever since seeing her, Santa Claus fucking her mother.
Oh, Jesus.
Spent months trying to forget ever since her first visit to the old house. In her dream, she saw the little girl, also wearing a black dress, emerging from the passageway hidden in the room. She'd never actually managed to glimpse where the passage was, only saw the girl running towards her. Her small face contorted in a horrible grimace.
I want fish sticks.
Miriam quickly realized...
Who's your daddy?
Miriam quickly realized it was a twisted version of Kathy. She would know later. If her face was then distorted by a veil of smoke. Her exact movements through the room, reaching for the knob, facing her back, those were too many coincidences to ignore. It wasn't a nightmare that she experienced that day, nor a ghost, something she refused to believe in. But was now willing to blindly embrace as the truth, given the shocking vividence of the vision. A ghost would come from the past. That's what she'd seen come from Her thoughts were interrupted by the figure behind her, cast a shadow across the doorstep. You filthy liar. You have betrayed me. You filthy liar! You have betrayed me!
From deep voice. You filthy liar! So what was this word?
Vividness or vividence.
Okay, vividence. I'm like, vividness?
I don't know. I was like, could be.
Better go to sleep. Tired as I was still too early to go to sleep. He's already tired? What the fuck? All you did was walk around your house all day and go, actually, no, he did climb the wall. Okay, I'll give him that. All right, any new notes that we added? It's like, today I actually fucking wrote my novel. I just wrote a few words from a new book, and as far as I'm far from satisfied. It sounds too much like cheap writing. What is worse is I realized that all the time while I was working, I in reality is thinking about this Blackwood mystery. What time is it? It's now 5 o'clock.
Okay, and that's the end of the episode. Thanks everybody for watching.
Yep.
Check out Artec Rise on Steam. God, this is annoying.
All right.
You press 0 and you got flashbanged.
Continue.
Yeah, check out retroactivegamers.com for more content. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then,
this is Retroactive Gamers
signing off.